Hello everyone, and welcome to Power Pages Tips. My name is Nicholas Hayduk, and this is tip number 379, using Object ID as username with Entra External ID. When you use an external identity provider with Power Pages, the IDP provides a unique identifier for each user, which is then stored in Dataverse as the username. By default, if you use Entra External ID, this identifier can be a bit cryptic, as it can't really be found anywhere within the Entra External ID interface. In this tip, we'll look at how you can change the default to use the Object ID instead. Before we dive into the details, don't forget to subscribe to the Engineered Code YouTube channel for our weekly tips, monthly community calls, and lots of other Power Pages and Power Platform content. When using OpenID Connect, an identity provider passes a token as part of the login process. This token contains a claim called sub, short for subject, that is a unique identifier for that user. By default, Power Pages uses this claim as the value in the username field on the contact and the external identity rows in Dataverse. For many IDPs, the subclaim contains a value that makes it easy to find that user, perhaps their actual username or their primary ID in the database. However, Entra External ID does not do that by default. Instead, the subclaim contains a hash value that is specific to the app registration set up for the single sign-on process, and this value is not visible in the Entra External ID interface and isn't easily findable really anywhere. So, even if you have the username field in Dataverse, it can be difficult to track down which user in Entra External ID it is associated with. You can change that default behavior by setting the authentication / OpenID Connect / the name of your provider / object identifier as name identifier claim enabled, site setting to true. This will make Power Pages use the OID claim instead of the subclaim. The OID claim contains the object ID from Entra External ID, the primary unique identifier for a user, and something that is very visible, easy to search by, and isn't unique per app registration. If you want to change the setting, be sure to do it at the beginning. If a user is created before you change the setting, their profile will be set up using the subclaim, and won't work if you switch Power Pages to use the OID claim. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found the Power Pages tip number 379 on using Object ID as username with Entra External ID useful.